Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're going to be talking about cleansing your space and getting your space ready to welcome in some new energy. Now we know the spring equinox is on March 20th. So of course, everybody is going to be getting rid of things, spring cleaning. Even if we aren't intentionally, thinking about the spring equinox in terms of a new spiritual new year, I feel like everybody's just kind of gearing up for the spring. The winter is such a drag, especially starting the new year with the winter. I feel like everybody is always fighting for their lives, at the beginning of the year because it just doesn't go with the winter energy. So now that we have spring right around the corner, I want us to make sure we are cleansing our spaces and getting ready to welcome in new energies. Now we are going to be doing, I don't know if this is really a new approach to cleansing or a new perspective to cleansing your energy or cleansing your space. I'm only going to be using, really two tools, really one tool that I'm going to be showing you guys. So there's not going to be a whole bunch of things that you have to buy and use. You don't even really need to go out and purchase anything to cleanse your home in the ways that we're going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys are interested in the New You 30-day self-guided course, transformation course, get into it. I'm super excited about those of you who have already started the course, who have already purchased the course. I just launched my new self-led course, the New You 30 Days of Transformation, where you'll be walked through physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing and exercises. And in these four elements, we'll be getting into all different types of exercises and cheat codes and tips and tricks and how to know when you're doing well, how to know when things aren't doing too well, how to know when you're suffering in certain areas of your life. After, this course, you'll have a new brain. You'll have a new brain. You'll have a new body. You'll have new emotional intellect. You'll know more about your spiritual journey. You'll know more about who you are and the things that have made you you. Like, I don't know if I can say this is my best course that I've ever put together because the tarot course is really, really good. But this was a beautiful addition to my self-led courses. If I ever want to do another course, this course is definitely going to be the standard because I'm very, very proud of this course. I think it's so, so, so beautiful. And those of you that have already been, working through it, those of you that have already got it, let me know how you like it. Chime in down below in the comments and let people know the tea about the course, if they haven't already gotten it, because I know this is going to be something that is very transformational for us, of course. And of course, you guys know, anytime you get a course from me, you get to keep it forever. So you can use this every season, every year, every eclipse season, for your birthday. Literally whenever you want to, you can always get into these energies with the course. So tap into it. Also, you can book releasing sessions with me, mentorship sessions with me, marketing contracts, whatever you need to. Check down below and get into the tea. So yes, guys, let's go ahead and get into some things that we can do to help cleanse our space and welcome in some new energies. So the first thing that I want to say is be mindful of why your current space isn't serving you anymore. We deal with so much in our home, and your home kind of has an energy, like just like a haunted house or a house where there was something really, really traumatic that happened there. For me, I have a lot of moments in my life in my childhood home that were traumatic, for me, whether I heard some really, really bad news there or, I had a really bad day and I cried really, really deeply and sobbed deeply in a certain area, or I had a breakup, and after the breakup I went and sat on the porch and reflected about life or whatever, but there's a lot of places in our lives that hold certain significance for us. The same thing goes for your home, and everything that you do within your home is trapped in the walls of your space. It's trapped in the walls of your space. The breakups, the tears, the nightmares, the grief, the heaviness, not feeling like you can do anything, feeling hopeless, feeling worthless, and me being someone that has depression, I think if you have depression, it personifies this so clearly for you, because a lot of times when I was in depressive episodes, I would wake up day after day, and it's like you wake up and you could be in a space that is just so dark, so dreary, so foggy, so confused. It's kind of like, imagine being able to physically see and feel and touch the stress that you're feeling and the pain that you're feeling and the confusion that you're feeling. That's literally how it is sometimes when you have so much going on in your home. Like, you wake up and you still feel the breakup, you still feel the tears, you still feel the old moments and the old ideas and the old pain or what have you. So it's really, really important to first think about what you have to get rid of in your home. When you're scrubbing the walls of your home, what are you scrubbing out? What are you getting out? What happened in that space that you are no longer wanting to sit in? You're no longer wanting to resonate with. You're wanting to get rid of it. We always say clean stuff and get rid of stuff. Yeah, you want to get rid of stuff, but that goes without saying. Get rid of stuff that you don't use. Get rid of stuff that has a bad memory. If it came from someone that no longer serves you, get rid of it. Don't even think twice about it. Get rid of it. Of course, we should be getting rid of stuff that no longer serves us, but we also want to just think about what we've had to feel in our space, and even in our beds. What if we had to feel, getting ready for the morning? Like, what if we had to feel in the middle of the night? What have we had to feel? Wherever we've had a breakdown, wherever we've had a moment where we've looked at ourselves, or we walked past the mirror because we couldn't look at ourselves in the mirror, you don't think that shadow of that energy is still there? It is still there, and it will creep up on you when you least expect it, when you're already in a space of sadness and darkness. It's like, knock, knock, knock. You used to be really, really sad in here, so now you're double sad. Now it's going to hit you extra hard because of what you always experience in this space anyway. It's just like if somebody's been smoking cigarettes and you look at their wall and you strip the wallpaper, you can see like what cigarette smoke does to walls. It's the same thing when we're holding on to a lot of pain. It's the same way that our energies attract like Velcro to, spaces in our lives, and we get hooked. We get in these spaces and we don't want to move forward. We don't want to give up. We don't want to give in. We want to get even deeper. We want to lock in even further. And I think it's really important to make sure that we are just being knowledgeable of what we have to let go of. And we're really facing that. And it might take you some time to face that, but face that stuff, and I'm someone that, maybe this is everybody, but I will let myself lay out on the floor and sob, like my emotions run rampant when I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to hold anything back or hold anything in. So for me, when I'm cleansing, I'm not just thinking of out with the old, in with the new. I'm thinking of specifically what I've experienced, what I've dealt with, and what I'm holding on to. Intention is really the most important thing when you're cleansing your space. So you want to have these things in your mind when you're working throughout cleansing your space. The next thing that I have here is Florida water. You guys know I've always been a champion of Florida water and talked about this a lot more so in the beginning of my spiritual journey. This was always in all of my cleansing videos and spiritual bath videos and any type of crystal video or anything, ancestor video. I live by Florida water. I really, 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 really love some Florida water. And I stopped going. I was going to one grocery store that had Florida water in it. And then when I moved, my new grocery store didn't have Florida water. And I just wasn't about to pay $10 for this bottle when this bottle is like $4 or $5 at a grocery store. So I was at another grocery store the other day and I was like, oh, Florida water. And I've been, using it to wipe down, things and, putting it on my hands and using it to, wipe my hands down and stuff like that. And I love Florida water. This is very similar. It's basically, alcohol, and fragrances, but it's very similar to, a holy oil or a holy water. You can make your own Florida water if that's what you want to do. You can make your own spiritual cleansing solution using distilled water, some Florida water, or rubbing alcohol, essential oils, crushed herbs, sea salt. If there's certain things that you want to speak into what you're creating, that your space is cleansed, that blessings come into your space, that negative energy isn't able to enter your home or things like that. You can speak those things as you're creating your spiritual, cleansing mist, if that's something that you would want to do. Or you can just get a Florida water. You can also get, like an extra virgin olive oil and bless that oil and pray over that oil. You can even get a little bottle of distilled water if you want to. You can literally do whatever you want, but I think it's important to have something that you can use to bless your space, either an oil, a spray bottle, something like that. If you want to use incense, you can. If you want to use herba santa or cedar, you can. If you want to use sound bowls, you can. If you want to use prayer, you can. But I think having something physical that you use is really, really good because, I think it's good that we're able to kind of catch on to energies with something that's physical and viscous. And I know water isn't really that viscous, but think about oil. Think about, when you're anointing something, with oil, or you're using water to bless or baptize something, like it's kind of like the physical matter is more dense than the spiritual energy, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you have smoke in the air and you spray some water and the water kind of makes the smoke dissipate. That's kind of how I think of, spirit energy and how I'm able to visualize, spirit energy. So, don't sleep on using a certain spray or, some holy water or some holy oil or something that you blessed to, cleanse your space. I think it would be very, very, very beneficial. So yeah, this is something that you can use. This is a great tool that you can add into your arsenal. Again, intention is the most important thing, and you want to be mindful of what you're releasing, why you're releasing these things from your space, and what you're trying to bring in your space. Also, what you want to do in your space. Do you want your space to be a home of laughter, a space of love, passion, new ideas, new relationships, a space of truth, a space of honesty? And I think a lot of people do this without even trying. Like I've heard of some couples where they have maybe a table, like a dining table. And as they sit at that table for conversations, they have to be honest. Or, some people do this before they go to bed. Like if you have to have a conversation with somebody before you both go to bed, you make sure you have a real serious conversation, in the bed. You don't lie when you're laying there having those talks. Some people don't have hard conversations in the bedroom, or they don't have work conversations in the bedroom. So what you do in a space, the energy you put out in a space is very, very important. So be mindful of the type of things that you want to do in your space and have this type of stuff in mind when you are blessing your space. Now, actually, let's get into the Psalms before we start talking about physically what you want to do. So this is something I always recommend. I'm always talking about the power of the Psalms. I definitely would recommend this if you want to work on blessing your space, connecting with your space, and just, being intentional about where you are and where you're putting your energy. I fold the pages and highlight different, Psalms passages that I think are very, very beneficial. So let's get into a few of these. I didn't flip through this before telling you guys about it. I kind of wanted to get on here with y'all and get into some things. So let's go ahead and look through here and get some of these. Okay, so Psalms 24, this is going to be a good one. Now, we know Psalms 23, okay? Psalms 23 is one that we can always say for protection and for, cleansing our space. We can also use Psalms 24 for protection against evil influences. This will be something good to say in your home. Verses 4 and 5, you can copy this onto a piece of paper and carry this around with you. You can also copy this on a piece of paper and have this, in your home, or have this written somewhere or hung up somewhere. That's something that you can do as well. This specific, verse, protection against evil influences. This talks about being able to resist temptation, being able to not be swayed by negative influences. So that could be something really, really beneficial. If you are alone a lot in your home and you deal with a lot of negative thoughts mentally, that could be something that you use. Again, Psalms 24 verses 4 and 5, that could be something that you use to, just make your home a safe space for your mind. You can also use Psalms 37 to soothe and quiet the nerves, to rid your heart of fault finding. So this is basically about creating a clean heart, releasing moments of negative self-talk, finding things that are wrong about yourself. This is definitely something that you want to use. This also says to overcome jealousy and render an enemy impotent. So if somebody's trying to do you something, this is going to stop them from doing it to you. Psalms 37. And it'll also help you to, release feelings of dissatisfaction that lead you to being jealous, that lead you to compare your life to other people's lives. So that can be something really great to pray over your home, especially if you're in the process of building your dream home. If you're in the process of building your dream home, or you're just not really satisfied with where you're living, that could be something good to say to just keep you in the right mind and, help you work on complaining. It's really important to think about those types of things, because when we're home, we do stuff that we don't do in front of people. You may be a complainer when you're at home. You may always have something negative to say. You may speak really negatively about yourself when you're at home. People don't know what you do at home. People don't know what you do when you close the door. So if you need help working with that, that's going to be really good. I recommend y'all just get the book, honestly. Psalms 46, to elevate your spiritual zeal. So this is going to help you deepen your spiritual connection. I definitely think, asking that your home be a space of heightened intuitive knowledge, heightened intuitive connection, that when you're at your home, you can hear God even clearer. You feel more spiritually connected, because your house should really be, your church. It should be your altar. It should be a space where God is in the building. It should be a space where you you are protected and you are safe. So whatever you have to do, whatever you need to speak on yourself, you want to make sure that you are doing that no matter what. Psalms 72 is going to be good to improve financial conditions. If you are ever worried about money or have a fear of poverty or anything like that, saying, prayers and using herbs related to abundance is going to be good. Like, you want to specifically cater how you're cleansing your home to the things that you're using. So using bay leaves, basil, cinnamon, eucalyptus, peppermint leaves. These are going to be good things to use to attract abundance. And if you know in your mind that you deal with a lack of faith when it comes to, financial gain, and you have a fear of poverty, and you're always thinking about money and worrying about money, that could be something good for you to step into. So you're able to, not worry about that, because at home, the bills is due. You know what I'm saying? So this is a space of peace, but it's also a space where we might have to deal with a lot of stress. So we want to make sure we're being mindful of that. Psalms 102 is great for receiving healing rays. So speaking that your home is a place of healing is good as well. If you want to be able to feel refreshed, feel recharged, if you want to, wake up feeling better. I do this all the time when I'm taking a nap and I'm not feeling my best, or when I'm laying down and I'm not feeling my best. I'll literally pray before I go to sleep that, let me wake up and feel better. Let me wake up and feel relieved. Let me wake up and just be able to woo-saw, let this nap just recharge me and refresh me. So speak that over your home, that your house is a place that, gets you set up for the day, that it gives you what you need. Psalms 115, which is a really, really great one. Psalms 115, your business to flourish, clarity of mind, and strengthen your faith when you're confronted with disbelievers. This is definitely one that you want to speak over your home, because again, when we're in our home, this is our time to reflect and regurgitate everything that people have been telling us all day, right? So you'll be thinking and thinking and thinking about the good, about the bad. We'll be always in our head 24/7 about what we experience in our house. So being able to speak faith over yourself and happiness over yourself when you just came back from being at work with people that don't believe in you, when you just came back from being around your family that doesn't, believe in you moving to another state, or this person that doesn't, speak positivity over you, whatever you need to do to get your mind right and kind of relieve yourself. So when you step into your house, you're able to leave that stuff at the door. You don't take what you carry on from the world into your safe space. That is something that you want to speak over your space. Let's get into a few more before we wrap up the Power of the Psalms segment. Psalms 121, God's protection and safety when traveling. This is a great one to use, so you're safe as you're entering and exiting your home, that you're able to obtain, safety and God's mercy and grace, as you're moving around, and that whenever, you leave, you're able to welcome back into your home safely. We can also use, this is a good one, Psalms 125, shield from harm and strengthen your mental stability. This is definitely a good one if you deal with anxiety or any type of mental health issues, and if you just need your space to be able to recharge you and refresh you. Now you can use those Psalms that I just got into. You can go back and write them down. You can use those Psalms or any Psalms to, bless your space every year, every season, twice a year, on your birthday, whenever you need to. The Power of the Psalms is a great, great, great tool to use when you're working to cleanse and bless your space. And again, I wanted this video to be not so much about, here's a list of things that you need to buy in order to cleanse your space, because you can Google the Psalms that I listed and use what's on your phone. You don't have to go out and buy this book or buy the Bible. You can literally get the Bible on your phone and use these things. You can literally make, a healing oil, a blessed oil, a sacred oil, or just get a little bottle of Florida water, $4 or $5 from your local Botanica or Mexican grocery store. I'm gonna get into it. But yeah, these simple tools are really, really all we need. So let's go ahead and get into how we can use these things. Like I mentioned, think about what you dealt with in your home. If you want to start this off with a releasing ritual, that could be great. Thinking about what you dealt with in your home, the memories and the energy that your home is holding. Imagine the Monster House, okay, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Monster House is just like Shrek to me, just like Coraline, just like Mean Girls, just like Hocus Pocus. I can watch, that a million times and literally never get tired. But Monster House, the house is obviously crazy because of the spirit of the wife that died in the house. So it's really, really important to be mindful, like I mentioned, specifically about what you've experienced in your home, the burdens you've had to carry and purge in your house, and how you're getting that up out of here. So think about those specific things. If you have certain spaces in your house where you know you always crying, you always laid out, you always flashing and angry or whatever, go think about those specific places and think about what you felt in those spaces, and be mindful of how you're going to release those things. You can write that out and burn it if you want to, or it can just be something that you reflect on and that you keep in your mind. Now, we can use Florida water. We can also use some olive oil that we bless. We can use any type of, water. We can take Florida water or rubbing alcohol, distilled water, essential oils, dried herbs, little crystals if you want to, and create a mist that you can use. Of course, you want to clean your house very, very good and disinfect everything very, very well. You want to open up your doors. You want to open up your windows. I would say first, do your spiritual work. Walk through and pray, walk through and sing, walk through with your sound bowls, walk through and speak affirmations, walk through and talk to God, walk through and have a conversation with your space. Have a conversation with your space and with how you want to connect with your space, how you want your space to connect with you. Let your space know, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to be cleaning you once a week. I'm going to sweep even when I don't feel like sweeping. I'm going to make sure I'm doing this and doing that even when I don't feel like doing it. I'm going to make sure it smells good even when I don't feel like it. When I leave and go out, I'm not going to leave it a mess up in here. When I leave and go out of town, I'm going to make sure it looks nice for me when I come back. Not just for me, but for my home. You want to see your space as something that you can take care of. Something that you can invest in that will invest back into you. Because remember, if you want any more than what you have to show the Lord that you are a good steward, so be mindful of how you want to take care of your space. Have a conversation with your space, pray over your space, and then you can get into the physical attributes. You can walk through and spritz. You can sweep, like I mentioned, sweep different herbs through your home. Pepper for protection, sea salt for cleansing energy, cinnamon for prosperity, bay leaves for prosperity. You can also use lavender for cleansing energy, psychic ability, releasing mental anguish, releasing mental stress, and things like that. You can sprinkle those things on your floor, sweep everything, out of your doors and, out of the space that you're staying in. So you can do that. Then you can spray everywhere. If you're going to have some incense lit, you can light some incense. If you're going to have some oil, you can anoint the door frames and the baseboards of your home with that oil. And that's basically it. After you do that, you do a walkthrough again of gratitude, just being appreciative that the things that you have spoken are already done in the name of Jesus, and, speaking that things are already done. It's already taken care of. The energy that was there has already been, returned. The energy that is there, God has already used that to show you something new and prepare you for a new opportunity. Speak that it's done and know that it's done. And from that day forward, really be intentional about how you appreciate your space and how you treat your space. Now, this don't mean have a relationship with your home and be like, good morning, home. You don't have to do all of that now, but take pride in where you live and don't see it as just your stuff. See it as something that you've been gifted. And, the better you take care of your place, the better you're really taking care of yourself. You care that you're surrounded with love and happiness, enjoy and cleanse energies and, fresh air. You care about what you're breathing in. You care about where your immediate environment is, because that's always going to affect how you're feeling up here and in here. So it's a great way to pour into yourself and just get rededicated to you, get rededicated to how you want to take care of yourself, of course. So yes, guys, that is the tea about how we can be cleansing our space as we step into the spring equinox, or whenever we want to bring in some new energies. I hope this gave you a new perspective to cleansing your space. It gave you some different things to think about. Let me know how you guys feel about these tips. Let me know what you're going to be using. And as you use these things and they work for you, because they will work, let me know how you feel about everything. Like always, check down below in the description to book your sessions with me, releasing sessions, get your self-led tarot course and your self-led new you course. Okay, get into it. I love you guys as always. I appreciate y'all for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.